Welcome back to another episode of The Real Room. I'm your host, Lucretia Mitchell, and today's episode is all about good vibes, real talk, and even better people. I'm joined by two of my friends, Jacoby and Tashyla, and listen, we're keeping it casual, but we're also keeping it real. Asking the question, why is it so hard for people to simply celebrate someone else without throwing shade or shrinking in their own space? And when you don't have something positive to say, why can't we just learn to say nothing at all? This one's honest, funny, a little spicy, and a whole lot of necessary. So pour up, pull up, and let's get into it. Well, thank y'all for being on The Real Room with Lucretia Mitchell.
Anytime.
So happy.
Yes.
So happy to be
Yes. Okay, so I need y'all to introduce yourselves. Give the people a little bit about who you are.
My name is Tashyla Alexander. I work for Chicago Title. I am a closer. They call me the classy closer.
And period.
And period. I'm fairly new. I've only been a closer for about 8 months. So this is a fairly new role for me.
Yeah. Okay, so outside of work, who is Tashyla? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I don't even know who I am. I've been a mama since I was 18. I don't know who I am. And when the last baby leaves, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to learn myself.
Yeah.
You know.
We're going to have to come back to
but
that
it's going to be.
Yeah, we're going to come back to that one.
I'm sure it's going to be something good.
Yes. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely.
Jacoby?
Yes, I'm Jacoby Winslet. I am, God, what do I say? I sell real estate. I sell new construction for a builder here in the city, Timbercraft Homes, and so I am their exclusive agent and sales manager. And so I have the pleasure and privilege of leading that team and helping all of our buyers through their buying journey. Prior,
yes.
no, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Prior to real estate, I worked in retail management and law enforcement, and tried a few things here and there to get me where I am today. Outside of that, I'm a dog dad. I love my dogs. I have an English bulldog. He's 5, and have a cane corso. He's 2, and I actually just recently rehomed him, and it has been like
really.
You're like, yes, I took him in from a family who could no longer have him in their new place where they were going, and it just has been the biggest blessing. He has joined our family, and it's so much fun. So yeah, y'all gonna get tired of seeing him because I'm gonna post him a lot.
Listen, you do post him a lot. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Okay.
When you said
those are my kids.
I get it. I get it. Everybody has their thing, right? When you said rehomed, I was thinking like you.
Me too.
Oh no, that's what I was like.
We were all like, oh.
I figured that, and I was like, let me clarify.
Yeah.
No, he recently joined my home. So
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so excited about it. I had always wanted one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Yes.
Got
I
it.
had always wanted a cane corso, so him and Milo get along great. So it's beautiful.
Okay, so let's tell the people about how we came together. I call us like the 3 musketeers that like to act up all the time, but come on, how did that happen?
I would say you and I met many moons ago. Was it middle school?
Probably
Elementary
so.
school?
Oh, geez.
What school was that?
She was
went
at
to Millwood.
And at that time,
don't do that. Don't have that look. No.
Well, no, you don't. You're misunderstanding. I graduated from Millwood. I went to Millwood my whole life.
Oh, well then you understand.
Absolutely. Now, where did you go?
Don't play with me. Okay, I was on the south side. Webster. South.
Okay.
Don't do
Webster.
that.
Yeah.
You went to Webster?
I did.
Tashyla, when did you graduate?
Don't put my age out there.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about
98.
That's right. Okay, so as she says, I can't stand you. Okay, so 98.
For the record, that was only 4 years after I was born. Just saying, for real. 3.
That's
actually.
so
3.
disrespectful.
No, 3. I was born in 95.
You was born in. Oh my God.
I can't.
Anyway,
So I'm old enough to be your mother.
yeah, you
That
are.
is horrible. And here we are having a drink together.
Here we are.
With my
Absolutely.
son. No, I'm
Cheers to
joking.
you.
Cheers.
Lord have mercy. Okay. Anyway, why would you throw that in
I'm
there?
sorry.
That
You-
was major shade.
Well, you threw your age out there, and then it just popped in my mind. Like,
okay,
wow,
dang.
She's old as
a
dirt.
little bit.
So is that considered a MILF?
I still love you.
Oh, no.
She trying to already
Wait.
get her.
No, for real.
She already there. When
My
your youngest
goodness.
graduate?
He's 50. He's a freshman.
Okay,
Oh.
so you got about 3 years. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, okay, this or that, because we can stay here all day. This or that. Let's see. What am I gonna give y'all? Red wine or white wine? Typically, I know why we chose white tonight, but
Typically, I would say white.
okay.
To me, white is a little bit sweeter. I'm not a very big wine drinker.
Mhm.
I only drink sweet, so I pretend a lot. And a lot of the ones that I have pretended to drink have been white.
Okay.
When you say pretend, are you like just putting it up to your mouth and not actually drinking, or what is that? What's going on?
I'm not a wine connoisseur.
I got you.
One of those tequila.
Yeah.
Where's that?
I got you.
I cannot with you. Okay.
For me, it's definitely typically a red. I love a dry red. And it's funny because I didn't used to like it, but I was like, does this mean like I'm actually grown now? Because
Yeah,
I
right.
love a
Oh,
dry
dang,
red.
I'm still not grown.
You
Yeah.
still not grown. You need to
And
grow up.
And you could be his mom.
Look.
You know what? Let's edit
Okay,
that.
edit that. Okay, I'm sorry. We don't
Wait.
edit here.
But I
okay?
could.
But yeah, typically a dry red. Like you
Okay.
said, we chose the white because I don't want to spill that.
Yeah,
But,
we can
but
get
yeah,
a little
dry
messy.
red for me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's cheers. Let's get this thing started.
Absolutely.
Boo, 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 boo. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So first question, and they told me they don't want me to have these cue cards. And I'm
No.
like, well, listen, I need some questions going, but we just going to go with the flow today for real. Okay. But I'm going to go with this first question.
Oh,
Okay.
Absolutely. Do your thing.
So,
Start with him.
well, I'm just going to ask it.
Okay.
Okay. When's the last time you hyped someone up loudly and publicly without expecting something back? And how did that feel?
I would say I try to do that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I've been known for that hype girl. I'm that one that's going to pump whomever up.
Yeah.
So I definitely try to do that daily.
And you do it well.
I
do.
try.
You do.
Cheers to that.
Yes. But you need to make sure that you hype yourself up too. Because you pretty dope.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to do that.
Mm.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how to sell myself. I don't know how to hype myself up.
Mm.
It's I pour into others.
Yeah.
So
And
maybe I'm gonna work on that. That's something
I
need to
can
work
see
on.
that. I can definitely see that. I think for me, that's something that I do a lot of is always pouring into somebody else. And so when it's your turn to do it for yourself, I don't know why it's so hard to
I'm
do
all
that.
poured out.
Yeah, well, that could be it.
I loved on one of your podcasts, it may have been the most recent one, whenever you talked about, and you were like, it's not something I ever said before, but I'm dope.
I am.
And I think, I know that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
You're pretty
that's
dope.
huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would say that about
Yeah.
her. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's absolutely necessary that you believe that for yourself and that you say that and that you own it and stand in it. So I think it's amazing. And you are pretty dope.
Thank you.
So.
Now, listen, you know how I feel about you, but just publicly, I think you are just an amazing person in general, just the way that you show up. And we've known each other because we didn't even go there through some mutual friends. Shout
Yeah.
out to DeWitt
Yes.
and
absolutely.
Quentin, my buddies. And so we met through them
Yes.
probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
Has it
somewhere
been
in
that
there.
long?
No,
No, maybe 2 or 3.
it's been probably about 4 or 5.
4 or
That
5
sounds
years.
correct,
Oh,
yeah.
goodness gracious. Time has flown. Okay. And so for me, like just seeing your evolution and you stepping into the space that you're in now is just incredible. And I just want you to know, like, I know you know it, but you dope. Okay.
so
And
much.
I love
With
every
2
bit of-
Ps.
with 2 P's and carry
yes.
E's. Okay.
I love it.
With 2 P's and carry the E. And it's not just because of what you do on social media and how you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just as a human being, like I can speak for both of y'all. Y'all are just dope people that you know, when you talk about being around people that have like good energy and genuinely care about you, that's why I feel like we connect. That's why I feel like we can go anywhere, have a good time, and not care, get kicked out, laugh loud, do all of
That
the
has
things.
happened.
Yeah. Yep.
It was
And
because of Jacoby. It wasn't us.
it wasn't us. No,
Nope.
it wasn't.
I'm
He was
screaming.
loud. You
I'm
were
screaming.
loud. You were loud laughing.
I know.
But
I can't
I'm
help
just
it.
saying, like, I am finally being able to say, you know what, I am dope and giving myself credit. So I want to make
Absolutely.
sure that the people around me know that too, and giving y'all flowers. So I love
appreciate
y'all.
that.
I
I love you
appreciate
too.
y'all.
I love you too. For me, I would say I feel like it's something that I really do often as well. So it's kind of hard. This whole time I've been sitting trying to think of a specific moment, but and it's hard to pinpoint one. But it's something that I try to incorporate, like you said, on a daily basis. I don't know that I hit it every day, but I want something that's big for me is if I celebrate you or if I say something to you in private, I'm gonna do the same thing in public. I'm gonna keep the same energy. And unfortunately not everyone does that. But that's a huge thing. Is I want for when I say something to someone, I don't want them to question at all if it's genuine. Like, did he really mean that? Or is he saying that for this reason? I want you to know that it's genuine and that it comes from a great place in my heart.
Yeah.
So you really do love me.
I do.
Okay.
I do. You didn't monogram my
Right,
situation.
y'all.
but-
So we were trying to make sure that we were all coordinated, and she done went over here and got monogram. Who did
Look,
that?
Me.
That's why
That's
she,
right.
That's why
Yes.
she was late today.
You know what? That is
That's
twice
it.
that
You
you
was-
have thrown the
That's
shade.
it. That's why.
Okay, I'm not
That
coming for
right
you no
there.
more.
But you know what?
I'm so
I
sorry.
walked in and I was ready.
You were. You was ready to roll. I love it.
Just saying.
Whatever.
Cheers to that.
So with that being said, have you ever had a hard time clapping for others?
I
And
have.
why?
I would say it wasn't hard for long, but I've definitely caught myself, in a moment where you see other people winning and maybe you're not winning at that same exact time. It can be, sometimes you got to check yourself.
Yeah.
And so never in a sense to where it stopped me from doing it, but I definitely had to have a conversation internally of like, okay, yeah, they're killing it right now and you're struggling. But guess what? For me, I turn that energy into motivation.
Yeah.
That inspires me like, okay, I need to get my stuff together and make it happen, do what I need to do. And so, yes, it takes some self-work internally, but I'll always do it and I'll forever do it as far as giving people their props and their credit when it's deserved. And if I feel some type of way, it has to just inspire me and I got to move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think people get stuck in that and they allow that to stop them
To
from
fester.
exactly
Yeah.
and stop them from giving other people their praise because for some reason they think it has nothing to do with me. Truly.
Yeah.
If I see you winning and I have a feeling of dang, I wanna say something, but it literally for me it's like, okay, Cree is really winning right now. I'm about to give her props and I'm about to buckle down.
Yeah.
That it has to turn into inspiration and motivation for
yeah.
me. Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? That goes back to, that's why you surround yourself with people that are winning, because it does give you that motivation to try harder, or,
That's true.
hey, I want to be on that level.
Yeah.
But for me, I do try to, clap for other people, but it's like you clap so much, it's hard to pour from an empty cup, But at the end of the day, because I am a people person and I love to pour into others, I do muster up that strength to continue to, to pour into others. But it doesn't, negate the fact that sometimes it's like,
It's hard.
again? No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah, right. They did it again.
You won that award again?
Right.
You're so
Right.
funny.
No, and I think that's just human nature, right?
Right.
Like, just, I think it's our competitive spirit. Listen, because this is unscripted and unedited, I am missing a nail, okay? So let's just get it out there, okay? So you're going to see this one finger
So in other
missing
words,
a
you
nail.
should have been late
Literally-
getting that nail done.
That part.
Got it. Okay.
Literally got it done last Friday and broke it within 2 days. I don't understand
love
it, and I ain't had time to go get it done. So I just wanted to make that clear, okay? We're dealing with that right now. So I think it's just human nature, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's the competitive nature in us. I think that's, just that that feeling of, dang, why is it not me?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I've even dealt with that at times, because for me, it's, and I'm not going to say recent, because something in me switched when I turned 40. I don't know what it was. It was just like, girl, who gives a rat's tail what anybody else is doing or what they got to say? You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Absolutely.
Something just switched in me.
Yeah.
But before, I was like, dang, like, okay, they winning. You know what I'm saying? I see it. Lord, when is it my time?
Right.
And so then I got into a mode where I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just put in the work. Let me patiently wait, and let me cheer them on. And when it is my time, right, I'll be ready, right?
Absolutely.
And so just blessing and praising on people while it's their time, I think, is so important. But I don't think everybody is there and can do that. I did struggle with that. I'm not sitting here perfect like I didn't,
Yeah.
right? I did struggle. But now I'm like, girl, what you mad at me for? What can we do to help you to start winning? That's the type of spirit I have.
The ones that don't clap for you really don't know you.
Mm,
They can go off of what they see on social media
Yeah.
or what they've heard. Get to know me, then I guarantee you won't feel that same way.
that part.
I heard, of course, I won't say the details, but I heard something about me this week. Of course, it was untrue. It's something so I was like, I learned something new about myself.
Yeah.
But it was from someone that I've never even met. I've never had a conversation with.
That means you're
And
doing
I was
something
like,
right.
what in the world? Where did you even come up with that? You assessed something and came up with your own scenario in your head, and it's so unfortunate. One thing I thought about, though, as you were speaking, was I've also had the same thing in reverse, where sometimes I have almost not posted something because I wonder,
Often.
like, are people gonna, like, man, are they gonna think like, oh, here he go again?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But it's like, I sold 3 houses this week. I want to post
I
them.
wanna
You know what I'm
post it.
saying? And so, but I know how people are, and unfortunately, everyone can't be genuine and be supportive and give you that praise and keep it moving. Like, it's always some type of negativity to go with it. But I've literally almost not posted something before because of, like, okay, I don't want people to judge me or think
Well, I
something about
don't.
it.
I recently started posting more and more, only because of my sister. Shout out to Tiara.
Yeah.
Only because of
Shout
my
out
sister.
to Tiara.
That's right.
She's doing
She
such
do-
a good job on
She
your
Girl, you
stuff.
doing your thing.
Yes.
She's doing a great
I definitely
job.
loved, but she was the one that has literally pushed me
Mm-hmm.
into posting, because I don't, like you said, I don't celebrate myself.
Yeah.
I don't like to brag on myself or talk about myself. Now, I will sell you all day long,
Yeah.
but when it comes to me, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so, before it was like, okay, I'll make one post a week, or I'm gonna
But
make
what
one.
is that? What do you think that is?
You know what? I don't know. And so she would send me 9,000 text messages, post this. And I'm like, I've already posted today. Like, no, I'm not posting another. Post it now. You need to do this trend. You need to. And it's like, are people going to get tired of seeing the classy closer? But I didn't realize the impact of social media until I went to Dallas and some lady was like, are you the classy closer? And I was like,
Oh,
I love that.
yeah.
that's me. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah.
Would
I
you like
know
a
that's
picture? You want
right.
an autograph? No, I'm joking. But it did make me feel good. Like, okay, so I literally had to call my sister and apologize and say, okay, I'm listening. Let me know,
Yeah.
what I need to do.
Yeah.
So
No, I think, it's so important for us to understand that everybody's not going to cheer us on. And I think we need to get to a point where it's like, that's not what we're doing it for, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
For me now, it's like, okay, Lord, is this valuable? Like, is this going to be valuable information for the people? Am I educating them? And am I empowering them? Am I encouraging them? Am I doing it in excellence? And if all of those check marks are checked, then I'm good. Like, let's
Absolutely.
post, right? And as long as he's pleased, guess what? I'm okay with it now.
Yeah.
I could care less what people think, because even when I'm not posting, or even when I'm not there, for whatever reason, I'm still getting talked about, right?
Absolutely.
And so
but why? But why does it have to be negative?
this is my thing, and I don't want this to be a downer type situation. I really want to make this a situation where people understand, like, there is enough for us all out here to
We
win.
all can win. Absolutely.
Every one of us can
Absolutely.
win. And imagine if we cheered each other on and we clapped for each other, we celebrated each other, what
Right.
that could actually look like.
Yep.
And so that's what really this conversation is about. Just wanted to have that conversation with y'all because I know y'all get it, right? I know you're definitely dealing with it now with you posting and having the trolls come for you.
I'm still not used to that. Like,
Yeah.
Now
it's
listen
funny.
here, son. Don't let them come back.
Okay. Look, can you just come back and reply to him?
Yeah.
Don't. Hey, let me know. Send me the links.
Send me the link.
I felt so bad the other day because one of my lender friends went back and like replied to something, and they didn't address the troll. They said something to me, but in regards to what one of the trolls said, and the trolls start coming for her. I was like, oh God, like I'm so sorry. But I mean, it's part of it, obviously. At first I was like going through and deleting them when they would come, but then people are like, no, just leave it on there because it helps with engagement and more people see it. And you know, so I just leave them. And honestly now I do have to monitor it a little bit because sometimes they put like my address on there. There's been some crazy stuff. Like I literally, I told my mom, I was like, I wasn't quite prepared for what all would come with having a platform on social media. Of course, I'm so grateful
Are you
for it.
kidding me?
Oh, for real, yeah. And I mean, and a random person that I have, of course, have no
like
idea
his
who
whole
it is.
address.
So I mean, just but trolls will be trolls, and it is what it is. Obviously, I don't stay too long about that. And it's funny because when I post about it, you know, of course, they're my close friends. All my people are like, "Are you okay? I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "I promise you, like, I'm good. Like this stuff, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't." What used to bother me more was the people that I know in real life that, of course, they're not commenting nothing too crazy like that, but the people in real life that say stuff or that I don't know or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even that, I've gotten to the point now where it's like, people are going to do what they do. I no longer look at like who watched my story and stuff like that. Because there was a point in time where I used to let that kind of consume me, and I'd be like, "Oh dang, they looked at it, they didn't even like it," or like I'm being real. That's been a thought before. Or like the amount of people, and this still happens to this day, where I'll be at an event and someone comes up and they're like, "Oh my God, I love your social media content." One lady literally said the other day, her exact words were, "I spend so much time on your page," and my response back was like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "It's kind of funny though, because I've never seen you interact with anything, but I always interact with yours." And I will continue to do so because when I do it, I mean it genuinely.
That part,
but we know comparison is the thief of joy, and so to a degree, I think that comparison can be good. To a degree, I think anything, obviously, in moderation and to a degree, is good. But if I see somebody that I'm like comparing myself to, it's because I'm like, all right, I'm trying to be like them. So what do I have to do to get there? And I start aligning some stuff to make that possible.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, that's a good point because I truly believe in order for you to grow and to elevate and get to the space that you're in, I think it's important for you to surround yourself around people that are doing it well and doing it better than you, right? I remember reaching out to people that I saw in the industry or just in something that I wanted to do and saying, "Hey, listen, you know, can I meet up with you? Can we have coffee?" Whatever the case may be. And sometimes crickets, you know. So a lot of stuff I've had to figure out on my own. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, even with the trolls, what I think about when I think about people that can't cheer you on or, you know, like for real, don't have your best interest and you can feel the soul of them when you walk in the room. Like, I just know, like, there's something, I give them grace because there's something that they are personally dealing with as far as whatever insecurity or whatever the case may be. And that's between them and God. It's nothing that I can change, which is why I'm so big on God, if you pleased, we good.
Absolutely.
Okay?
But it doesn't take away the fact that sometimes you know that they mad and you want to walk in and say, "Here I go."
Here I go. Right. I mean, I get it. You know, every now and then I do want to pop out, but God be like, "Girl, sit down somewhere before you get in trouble." Okay. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, it does. I wish that people was as genuine as I am, right? And the case is, like, the reality is they'll never be. And they may not ever be. They may not get there, right? And so I have to be okay with it.
But it's still hurtful because you want people to treat you the way that you treat them. You know,
I'm not there no more.
I haven't got there.
I'm there. I'm there now. I'm there now.
Okay,
I've seen over the last couple weeks, like I've definitely seen it. Like I've heard my names in conversations, or in rooms that I wouldn't even that ain't even nowhere, no shape, form me. Like I wouldn't even do that. So that lets me know that whoever is talking, then they're miserable or there's something that they are dealing with. And I can't worry myself about that. Like I know when I walk in a room, I change the temperature. I get that now, right? And I'm okay with that. And that's not, I'm being as humble as possible.
Absolutely.
So is that
but
why
that's
it's hot
just
in
the
here? 'Cause you
favor.
done changed. Let me know, because I'm over here sweating in this silk.
Baby, the silk
The silk,
whatever. It's a
I'm
little
dead.
toasty, okay?
the
Y'all
silk
said
is
the best.
silking.
But I'm just saying, like, you just know when you have that type of favor, right? And I think each and one of y'all have that. But when you have that and you know it and you're confident in that, like you know that it's messing with some people, and I cannot allow that to bother me because they have their own insecurities. I have to just pray for them and continue to show them love and wish them the best, and hopefully that'll rub off, right? Hopefully
Absolutely.
they'll get it and be like, okay, like she real, like real genuine. She really want people to win. Like that's my heart each and every day. So
I don't know if I want to pray for them. I'm just gonna keep-
you post
Not
to,
you don't
girl.
know if you want to get there now.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I used to be the same way, but I think the game changer for me was letting go of expectations for people. I seriously, it's
okay.
like I think that if you're not intentional about it, you can have expectations for people that you haven't communicated to
Yep.
them. And
true.
guess what? I'm not interested in communicating expectations to everybody. And so for those individuals who I'm not interested in communicating my expectation to, I allow them to do what they do and I accept them for who they are. I note everything. I'm paying attention to everything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But and if that's what you give me, I accept that, hey, that's what you gave me. But I'm not disappointed by it because I didn't have an expectation either way. Now, if you're my friend or you're, you know what I'm saying, you're somebody I have a relationship with and it's kind of not looking right, I'm gonna be like, hey, look, this is how I am with my friends. Like, this
Yeah.
is what I expect.
Okay.
And then we can either rock with that or not. But you gotta let go of expectations of people and just accept them for who they are.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, it's so hard for me to be fake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I promise you, if I don't like you, you're not on my social media. You're not. I'm
You
not
gonna
coming,
know it.
I'm not coming up to you at an event.
Yeah.
To, you know what I'm saying? To smile in your face.
This
But so
industry,
many
you
people
have
do
to be
that.
fake.
Well,
Mm.
okay. Well, hold on.
I mean,
To a degree.
Now,
Right,
I do. I
right.
do think that in general, to a degree, you have to know how to fake it till you make it. To a degree,
Right.
because there is some people that maybe I don't love, but I do need to be in at least in good graces with whenever we cross. And so, yes, I think that in order to be successful in business, yeah, you do have to be able, because that's putting your emotions to the side.
Yeah.
And so I have to remind myself of that too, of like, I can't allow my emotions to dictate, you know, how I am and how other people perceive me and
Right.
and how I behave. And so I think to a degree, yes. But when it comes down, like I'm in more on like a personal level. I'm not coming up to you and smiling in your face
Yeah.
and at an event and then talking about you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if
Right.
I come to you, I'm genuine and I
Yeah.
mean it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to even look your way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So-
Listen, we all get there in our own time. And I get it. I get it. I'm serious. I get it. But you got to get to a point, because this is your thing. You got the biggest heart, right? And you are just so genuine and loving across the board. So for anybody that may have something to say about you or don't like you, like they for real got a serious issue. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you have to know like the light and the gift that you have inside of you and what's supposed to shine. You need to let that shine and don't let these other people dictate how that happens. And I think you put a lot of attention into sometimes people and how they feel and what they think about you, and you shouldn't, because you are literally, I'm gonna keep saying it, you're dope. Like anybody that's around you for a second, it's like she's infectious. Like just her
Absolutely.
joy and just her love, like you're infectious. So stop letting
This
them
almost
folks.
made me cry.
I'm like, do you need a tissue over there?
Right, listen.
I mean,
No, I'm serious. And this is
That almost made me tear up.
Listen.
It wasn't even
Right?
about
I
me.
mean,
here y'all
shoot.
go. Here y'all go.
It might be
I'm for
sweat.
real.
No, I'm joking.
Cause you just got so much to give, and that's why every time we talk about something, like I'm just like, T, who cares about whatever? Like, be you. That's what's making them mad, is because you're being you, and that's on them. Whether it's
Absolutely.
insecurity, whether it's their ego, whether it's because they were conditioned like that, like whatever the case may be, that's up to them to work out, right?
I like it.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's jump on into it. Who should a man say first? His mother, his wife, or his daughter?
Oh.
Dang.
Y'all said y'all wanted to jump right on in.
Wife, mother, or daughter.
Now, politically correct answer, I know what it should be. But
His
let's say me.
Wait, what should it be though? I'm not sure.
What?
I'm not
I mean,
what are you gonna say?
I'm sorry, mama. I'm saving my kids.
Okay,
And
yes.
that's bad to say, because I know
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
in the order, you know, your wife and your this. I'm saving my babies.
No, I would want my child to live, for sure.
Not that I want my mom or anybody
We
else
didn't live the long life. I mean, a good enough life, okay?
save my babies. But
Yeah.
even if I was in that situation, save my babies. Don't
Hold
save
on.
me.
Who was you gonna say?
Well, so no children for me, but
Your dogs.
They right.
Look, you might
I'm
have
on
got
something.
me. You might have got me there. I think honestly, yeah, I'm with the thought process that my mom is probably she's lived a good life.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
love my
saving
mom.
your dogs over your mama?
No, I think I would say my partner over
Okay.
both of them.
Over the dogs.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
You're so good. I'm sorry.
First of all, I'm not
Not-
saving no dogs. Okay, I love dogs, y'all, but I'm not saving no dogs. If I got a choice between me and my mama
I'm
and them
screaming. You are
dogs,
such a miss.
one of us.
But we're making emphasis because that's his children.
Yeah.
Versus
I know.
you still
No.
I will say, like, because y'all, fun fact, I did used to want a son. Now I want no children. But if I had a child, I feel like it would probably, the answer would be my
I have
child.
3 of them. Take your pick.
No, I'm good. I have 2 nephews and a niece. I'm straight.
Okay.
I'm good.
If you ever
Okay.
change your mind, let me know.
Let us know. Okay, next question. Have y'all ever had a friend who couldn't be happy for you, and how did you handle it?
Is that a friend?
A friend. A friend.
That's not a friend.
Now that's true. But okay, let's say this: someone who called themselves a friend.
Mhm.
Have I ever? I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know, in my face, like you said, you know, they were rah-rah team,
Yeah.
team to Shyla, but behind closed doors, you know, I
Yeah.
know this, I know that, I know where she came from, I know what she did, I know, you know, that happens. I don't consider that a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't consider that my friend.
Well, of course not. Not for sure. For sure. What about you?
For me, yes, I probably on multiple occasions, I'm sure. But I had one situation with someone who was very dear to me, a very close friend. And I have to preface this and say today we have reconciled and all is well and beautiful.
Yeah.
But I
But
think
you're talking about them on the podcast. Okay.
yeah, well,
All right.
because
I mean, it's-
the truth is what it is, and
Yeah.
it happened, and so I'm just speaking the truth.
Hmm.
And the reality is that I think that they had a hard time with seeing the way that life has evolved for me the last few years, and they didn't handle me the best about it, and I think it kind of came down to, of course, we've had a conversation now,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, like I really struggle with like seeing you win and I wasn't. Again,
So it was insecurities with themselves.
right.
Okay,
So
okay,
it was something that
okay.
truly had nothing to do with me. It was just something to do with them.
Damn.
And
I think that's different, though. I mean,
Why do you think it's different?
yeah,
I'm
totally.
saying in that instance,
Yeah.
you were big enough to tell me that I do struggle with your success. You know, we
Yeah.
can't.
Mm.
For
But-
example,
but that-
we
but that
came from the
came
same territory.
later.
We came
Absolutely. That came 6 months later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Initially,
Okay,
it
okay.
wasn't that right. Like I can roll with that. If it was
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm kind of feeling the type of way, like
Yeah.
you know, I'm all for that. Let's talk it out. Let's see what we need to do, and what can I adjust to help you be comfortable. I'm even willing to do that with my friends. If you come to me on that type of time and that level, I'm game for it. But that's not how it played out. That's the conversation today. It was like, hey, I wasn't quite ready for the shift,
Yeah.
and it, like you said, it brought out some insecurities that I had within myself, and that individual was like, hey, and I kind of projected that onto you, and I let it come in between our friendship. I allowed it to let me treat you some type of way that you didn't deserve.
Mm.
Like, these are things that were said to me. And so,
Yeah.
of course, today I appreciate it, but it's just a perfect example of someone who you had been around, for the longest time. Y'all were on similar levels in life. And then when one person elevates, it can be kind of hard
Yeah.
but for me, again, my mind goes back to, look, I'm trying to go there too. Like,
Yeah.
what I want to be around you.
Yeah.
But for them, I think they, like you said, internal
It was
stuff,
harder. Yeah.
within self. And so, yeah, I've experienced it. Thankfully, we were able to recover because I've had similar situations where we no longer speak.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that's big, especially for that person to be able to speak that and say
Absolutely.
what they were dealing with, because not everybody can. I mean, I'm sure it's people out there right
Yeah.
now that are like, okay, even for me, as you were saying that,
Yeah.
how do you handle that person? I hate to say handle,
Sure.
but how do you navigate that relationship now? Is it the same,
It's not
or
quite the
is
same.
there a little bit different?
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Do you pick and choose what you celebrate around that person?
That's good.
No, because I feel like that would not be being true to myself. And it kind of goes back to the earlier conversation of, like, whenever I hesitated to post some stuff, because it's like, well, dang, I just posted something similar a few days ago, but I got some new wins, but I have just kind of committed to, number one, not caring about what people say. I don't care about your opinion of me. Kind of like what you said. If I know that me and God are right, and I know that I'm upholding integrity and doing what I'm supposed to do and carry myself well, I cannot be subject to everybody's opinion of me.
Yeah.
And so the same thing with that friend. If you cannot handle the how I am and who I am today and where I am, then maybe we have just grown apart, and that's okay. I would love for you to still be part of my life, because I still love you the same. For me, it doesn't. That has never changed. And if the shoe were on the other foot, it would be the same. It would still be the same love and support for me. Like, I want to see you win.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is people. I feel like people say that, but, like, I genuinely want to see all of my friends win.
Right.
And people who are not my friends, I want to see everybody win. And guess what? You winning has nothing to do with me. It doesn't take away from me.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I'm not winning or that I'm not doing good. It means that Lucretia is winning today. Tashyla is winning today, and I'm going to celebrate you every single time that I see it.
Yeah.
I'm out of wine, so I can't. I know.
Oh.
Look, I kind of slow slipped that last little bit for a minute.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So I'm the only one with one. Okay,
I got a little bit.
No,
Drop.
y'all give it.
No, I think that's big. I do. This is where I'm at in life when it comes to that. I feel like if I have to in any way adjust what I can tell you or what I can celebrate around you or what I can share, then one, we're probably not friends. But then that puts me in a place where I'm not truly being true to myself, right?
Absolutely.
And so I don't want to be in those situations. Even now, I'm very particular in where I go and who I'm around. Why are you looking like
What's that
that?
face for?
Well, no, I'm just looking because I think I started thinking it was one of those squirrel moments, like squirrel. You tell all of your friends everything? Or do you all, I mean.
Well, let me back up on friend, because I'm using that very loosely. Okay.
So that was the.
I don't have,
the
I have
look.
a lot of acquaintances. Okay. I have a few best friends. I got a few friends, and that's it. y'all happen to be in that friends little section.
So we
Okay.
didn't meet the best friend.
You know, best friend is
Okay.
more reserved for like my husband, my
Oh my
sister.
God. He should have his own category.
Yeah, just saying.
Okay, husband.
But you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
funny.
I'm just being real. So there's
Yeah.
only a few people that I'm like just sharing that with. So if I have to adjust and not share just to try to appease you, then that's a problem for me. And I don't want to be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to be a part of that. So for me, I'm just careful again on, you know, who I call my friend, who I let in the circle, who I'm going out with, and then my triggers too, because baby, I don't want to be triggered and go back to Old Cree. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I go to therapy every Thursday.
Old Creed was gangster.
Old Cree was not, I wouldn't say gangster. I just didn't have a filter, and I didn't know how to handle.
Let me find out.
I didn't know how. No, I wasn't like a fighter or whatever, nothing like that. I just
You wore Timberlands and baggy jeans. It wasn't these cute little heels and
no, I was reckless with my mouth. And so, you know, I'm growing and I'm just trying to be better. So
I like it.
I don't put myself in situations or around people that I know could probably trigger that for me. So
I like
that's it. That's it.
I love it.
Listen.
Come a long way.
I have.
Hmm.
I have. And you have too, honey. You
We're not
have.
talking about me.
You have. You have. Okay, so let's talk about, you know, even for we talked about friends, right? Having those conversations, those hard conversations with friends that may not have celebrated you in a certain season or whatever.
Mm.
How do you address it, or do you address it with people that are more strangers or acquaintances? Do you think there is value in doing that?
What am I addressing?
Just anything that maybe you heard something, or maybe you seen something and you want to help them to get better. Maybe it's some feedback that you want to give them. How do you go about doing that? You know?
I don't. I don't. So being new in this industry, I felt, you know, certain people that are in this position
Mhm.
or in the, I'm not going to say real estate, but let's say real estate.
Yeah.
In real estate, you know, I felt like more people would have reached out to
Mm.
offer, you know, advice or some tips or some tricks or whatever, and that didn't happen.
Mm.
You know, because I know me, I would.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I have would address it. I mean, there's often times that I get, yeah, I heard you did this, and I heard you said this, and I heard you, you know, you taking my clients, or you're doing this, and it's like, I'm not doing any of that. I
Mhm.
can't help that your client decided to come to me. I can't help that,
Mhm.
you know. But I'm not going to address it with you, because if you deny it, then what?
Yeah.
I'm looking stupid, and now I'm trying to fight my
Right.
case. Like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
you did.
So is it even worth it? Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, you know. But just know, I know.
She a mess. No,
Love
I mean, for you, do you think there's value in doing that?
I think it depends on of course it depends on the person, the situation.
Mhm.
In general, if I went and addressed everything that I heard,
Oh, my.
it would just be too much. I'm a little bit slick, and so as I said earlier, if you come to me and you're like being fake in my face, but I know you said
Yeah.
something, I'm probably gonna let you know, like, that's funny, because I
Yeah.
heard, you know, but outside of that, I'm not. Now, if you come and you put yourself in my face, and I have the opportunity, I'm probably going to address it.
Yeah.
Just to let you know that I know, you know. But other than that, I'm not going out of my way to.
Yeah.
I mean, because people are going to forever say something, and honestly, if people are not talking, then I'm probably not doing enough.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
So you
that
said,
part.
Because
keep talking.
Keep
because
talking.
we know people are gonna be people. People are gonna be haters. People are gonna be all those things. And again, I've accepted that. I can't change it. And so
Yeah.
if the noise kind of died down, I feel like I would be like, hold on, what
What's
did I?
going
Yeah,
on?
what
We're
did
going to throw
I
some
do?
more rocks
Yeah.
at this pack of dogs and
Yeah.
see which one.
What's going on? I must.
So
have
yeah, no,
said-
I'm not addressing.
Yeah.
I'm not, and unless it's someone that I actually care about, or
Yeah.
someone that I thought maybe we would have had a better understanding, then maybe then I would, yes.
Yeah.
But because it is important to me, like, as much as I say, like, oh, I don't care about what people say, like, I want to be clear. I do care that people see me well and perceive me well
Right.
and receive me well. I really want people to think well of me, but I also accept that not everybody will, and I can't control that.
Yeah.
And I can only focus on the things that I can control.
Yeah.
But get to know me.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
some of those things that you hear, or you
Yeah.
know, such and such said this,
Yeah.
you know my heart, and you know
Mhm.
what kind of person I genuinely am. So you don't have to second guess it.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody come and tell
Exactly.
me, you know, Cree said this, it's like,
I already know she
I
did.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
know right off the bat that there has to be a misunderstanding.
Exactly,
Or
exactly.
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think for, you know, when I think about giving people feedback or even saying anything, I'm very careful on that too.
'Cause not everybody can receive
not
it.
that part. That exactly what I was gonna say. Not everybody can receive it, and I think it's important to understand that and
Absolutely.
recognize that, because some people are just not at that level to where they could take that in, internalize it in a positive way or constructive way, and be like, okay, I need to adjust or I need to do this. So you definitely have to be careful when you are doing that, and that's why I see why you say, for people I care about, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? For people that I genuinely have a relationship with, yes. And a lot of times that's me too. Like, I won't say anything to address a lot of people or a lot of things, because I know that other people have already had those conversations, and if it wasn't taken with them, then
like
I'm
talking to a
like,
brick
let
wall.
me back up. Let me just be led to say something to you when I'm led, or I'm not gonna, I'm just not gonna say anything at all.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I think, believe it or not, I do lack communication skills. I mean, I really do. I hold a lot of stuff in because it feels like what I want to say, when it comes out, it's like, that's not how, because how you take it, it's like, that's not what I meant. Like, no.
Yeah.
And so now I'm backtracking, and it's like, that's the words that I said was accurate, but the way it might have come out, or the way you might have interpreted, was not.
But
from
is
my
that
heart.
really you, or is that them thing? You get what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know.
I think that's why I say you have to be careful on when and how you give information, because not everybody can receive
But I don't
that.
like to hurt feelings. And so I take it as believe it or not, Jacoby, don't say that. Don't look like that. But believe it or not, I don't like to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't like to make anyone feel a certain way, you know. And it's like, if I didn't say nothing, we wouldn't be here. It's like, here it is. I'm trying to I'm trying to express my feelings. I'm trying to do this.
Yeah.
And it still came out wrong. And we still mad at each other.
Yeah.
So what was the point?
Yeah.
Are you what about in text? Are you a better texter? Like, if you were to text,
No, my
out the
texts are harsh.
communication. Oh, it would be worse.
I would have to send them to Tierra and like, hey, can you proofread this and take a couple? Can you take a couple of things out?
Fix it for
Because
me.
You know, ChatGPT can do that. You can put a text and then
Baby,
say,
ChatGPT.
I don't read that.
Soften the tone up
Chat
of this, or make
GPT,
this
I've
nicer.
never used it.
You
Really?
need to.
Absolutely, it's an app.
Let me
So
find out.
you can write out your message the way that you wanted to write it, paste it in there, and say, make this a little nicer, or make it less harsh. You literally can say those
You
words.
sorry sack of ChatGPT, make this nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
like it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna work on that.
That part.
Free game.
I like it.
Okay.
A nugget.
All her texts gonna be ChatGPT.
Right.
from now.
They be like, this is not her.
Like, I'm gonna be
No,
like,
good
Jacoby,
girl,
why
Why
did
did
you
we
even
tell her about
her?
this?
all her text messages are woo woo woo.
Yeah. Listen, me and ChatGPT is buddy. She be like,
Absolutely.
hey, sis. I be like, hey, girl. That's how we talk to each other.
Wait,
Seriously.
the ChatGPT
Uh-huh.
talk back.
It do. You give it a prompt. So I'll type out like something that I wanted to say. Now, listen. If you want to sponsor me, this is The Real Room with Lucretia Mitchell, ChatGPT.
Okay.
Holler at me, okay?
Holler at us all. See, you see, put us all on, Cree, not just you.
So no, but I will literally type out like everything that I want in whatever a text. Let's just say I'm creating a business proposal and I wanted to have key things, and I'll say, ChatGPT, please, whatever maybe I missed, a subtopic that I missed or whatever the case may be, make sure you add it in there. But I wanted to say this,
No
this, and this,
way.
rewrite it.
Okay.
And it'll do that.
Learn something new every day.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Thanks.
It's
game
amazing.
changer.
It's a game changer.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Does it do resumes and all that? No,
it
I'm joking.
does.
Does it get your business loans? And I'm joking.
I mean, it can. It depends on how you prompt it and ask it.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we're gonna wrap up. Okay, really, seriously. Okay, so this is my question: what is it right now? And I'm not just talking about in our industry,
Okay.
but what is it that you feel it would take for us to be able to celebrate each other? Like, what are we gonna have to do to change others,
I
or
would
try
say,
to?
being that I know each and every one of us,
Mhm.
I think what we're doing is amazing. I
Mhm.
mean, maybe post more in a day. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know. I think, I find us sharing each other's posts. I find us sharing other people's posts.
Mhm.
We celebrate, I'm going to tag you. I'm going to tag you. Or if someone calls me, I'm going to, hey, I just had this conversation. Oh my God, it was so great. Or
Yeah.
if we're out and about, I always have my phone with me. I'm going to take pictures. I had the best time today, with Cree or Lucretia, sorry,
Mhm.
Lucretia and, Jacoby. I try to always celebrate. I try to always, hype
Yeah.
somebody up. And so I don't know how I could change that. I
Yeah.
mean,
No, you do a great job of doing that.
maybe pull out the pom-poms and put on a skirt. But
Right. Put that Millwood
I wouldn't be
cheerleading outfit.
surprised.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I would.
Were you a cheerleader?
I was.
I know
Yes.
this word.
I was one
Yeah.
of the ones with the splits in the
You had
skirt,
to
and I'm going
split,
pop,
being
pop.
fast. I know you were.
Call me what you want. But hey, I was
I
loud out
know
there.
you were.
Right.
I know you were.
Right. Now she was cute out
I,
there. I saw.
I like her answer. Is
Yeah.
I think that you win more people with
Yeah.
love. We know that, and so if we continue to I've just committed to continue being myself, and that may or may not change people. If they no matter if you support me or not, if I'm gonna always support you. I'm gonna always hype you up and big you up. And so I have noticed though that there are some specific people in the example of just social media interaction, which is kind of something in the grand scheme of thing petty, right?
Mhm.
But there have been people that I noticed never, interacted with my stuff. I've heard them say things on the side, but I just started really supporting them. Everything they posted,
Mm.
I would love it. I'd comment on it.
I love
And guess
that.
what? Over time, I noticed they start liking it. I don't know if you have a thing about this, but I kind of hate when people just like my stuff. Why don't you heart it? I heart everybody's stuff. Is that petty of me?
No,
But it really
it's not.
bothers
But you
me
know
just
what?
a slight
Sometimes
bit.
when you hearting stuff, people get the wrong idea.
That part.
Wait a
Look, I
minute.
don't like you
Why
that
you
much.
hearting my man's stuff? Like, no,
Well,
I really
I can see that. But okay, back on topic. But sorry, I'm a little petty. But I noticed that they started liking some of my stuff.
Yeah.
And today it's progressed to now they love everything. They comment on
Yeah.
everything. But it's had I not just started being what I naturally want to do anyway, which is support you and be like, dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it has over time changed them to where now they give it back.
Yeah.
And so everybody, I can't please everybody. And
Yeah.
and honestly, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in changing people.
I'm
to
gonna
be
go back
quite
and look
frank.
at all my posts and see if you hearted them.
If I interacted with it, if I seen it, I promise you I hearted it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you don't heart at all of my stuff, but it's okay.
Have or haven't?
Haven't.
Then that means I haven't seen it.
No, you seen it. I seen you on.
I'm screaming. No. I'm screaming. Listen, here's one thing too. I'm glad she said that though, because one of my friends the other day, they were like, "You never interact with any of my stuff," and I was like, honestly, and this is something that I need to change.
Yeah.
Change your algorithm.
You so funny.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't get on social media enough and scroll. And that's important too, though. Getting on there and actually scrolling and interacting with people's stuff. Because that goes to what we're talking about.
Yes.
But so often I get on there, I'll post something and I get
And
off.
then you
I
off.
don't
About
have a
you.
lot of time.
Oh.
Well, in that moment, yeah,
No,
it is.
I know, right?
But you got to think
But-
about it. I mean, we all busy. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So I
Absolutely.
do the same thing. I've been saying, oh my God, I need to post the closing that we had 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
I need to post.
But you know what that is? You do everybody else's, but you don't do mine. You know what? We're gonna have to change that.
What?
Just saying.
Y'all,
I bet-
excuse us. What?
I would say, how long have you been wanting to say that?
What?
I didn't even notice she didn't post it, but I'm gonna need you to work on that. Now I know. I'm gonna go back and call you
No,
out.
but I'm just saying, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You get on there, you post. Like Facebook, I have to intentionally go to Facebook. This is why I go to Facebook, because she be like, "Can you tag me in it?" And that's the only reason I go to Facebook.
This needs to be called the real shade room. I'm just saying.
Official
Stop it,
podcast
stop it.
rebranding.
No, but I love what you said. Like, you are being the example, and that's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Mhm.
You be the example. What is it that they say?
Be
You
the change you want to- yes.
see.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's what it is. Like, and so hopefully as you continue to do that, they'll continue to do it with other people.
That's the answer to your question. Nothing else is needed. It's be the change you
Change
want to see. Because you're not gonna be able to change everybody. But if I can impact a couple people,
Yeah.
then I'm good.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
it. That, I mean, I'm always like the one.
Mhm.
Whoever that one is,
Yeah.
I did my job. I did what God called me to do. I'm good.
Well, I need you to be that one and post our pictures.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
She's still on the.
Mhm.
I got it. You know, listen. You know I love you.
But do you show me?
Okay.
Hmm.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Cheers. I'm just trying to throw a little shade back. I'm not very good at it.
Listen, no. You good.
She
You
wasn't
know.
the one throwing shade at you.
No, both of y'all are. Y'all tag teaming. You switching off. You're
No,
tag
I'm
teaming
not.
right
I
now.
was over here pouring into you, loving on you.
You was, and then you took it back.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm just saying, if I don't post, it is a reason. And these last couple of weeks, I've been like going.
Yeah.
So it's been kind
And
of hard for
shout
me.
out to you
Listen.
and Ellum for the.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
No, seriously.
yes. You are doing
Seriously.
big
God
things.
is good, y'all. That's why. I don't have time to worry about nobody.
Hey,
And
you're
guess
you're
what?
a good secret keeper too, by the way.
You are.
And you know what I'm talking
Because
about.
we've been out. We've talked. We have a whole group chat, and I was sitting there. Did you see my eyeballs? Like, oh, what does this mean?
Right.
It was like, we are the men in black. It's like, wait a minute.
Right.
What does this mean? Like,
Come on, pop
Because,
out. What's happening?
me, you, and Jacoby had a picture like that, and we all work at 3 different places. But
Right.
with all of you, I was like, wait a minute, does this mean they're together? Not together? What does this mean?
What does it
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
And then we had to wait 2 or 3 hours, and it was like,
Well, listen,
oh.
just like a week ago, she sat on my couch and told me like something big was coming, but she didn't tell me what it was. And I'm like, so that's why I say like she's a good secret keeper. 'cause
So
she
should
didn't
I
even tell
feel
me.
some kind of way that you two were on the couch and I wasn't there? Oh, okay.
No,
You were on the phone
Oh,
for a
yeah.
second.
You
Okay.
remember? And I
I
spoke
do
to you in the
remember.
background.
I was
I
at
did.
his house.
We were
and
You
content.
didn't
We were
say- you
we were
didn't
content
say.
planning.
We were content planning.
So I was not a part of the content planning
Oh
committee.
God, y'all! This
Okay.
is what
We're
we
gonna have to work on it.
Look, we do need her to have a cameo in our video. That would
That
be cute.
would be good.
Yep.
Mm,
That would be really
I don't need a
good.
cameo.
Wait.
Oh,
I need to be.
you
on
need to
that
be in it.
committee.
Okay, we gonna
Look.
figure out something.
Okay.
We'll come up with something.
Absolutely.
No, I listen. It's not that I keep secrets.
You
It's
do. There's no other way around it, sis.
Wait.
It's just God didn't want me to reveal yet.
Absolutely.
I can't.
I don't know if that's it. God didn't tell you to shut your mouth in that moment. Let us celebrate you
And I did. Y'all all got it.
when everybody else got it. So we're on that level to where we have to get it on Facebook.
No,
And then it wasn't even on your page. It was on
Ellum's page. It was on all of our pages.
I didn't see it on Ellum's page.
It was on Ellum's page.
So we're a part of the
Other
Listen,
people,
you know
when they
what?
get it, you get it.
that's some
You're
mess.
so funny. But you know what? I was so excited to see it.
Yeah,
Like, it-
absolutely.
It made me so happy to see that. I think it's dope because there's too much competition happening.
Yeah.
And so to see people, 3 individuals who are
Mm,
actually
strong
killing
individuals,
it and
yeah,
strong
yes.
individuals who could absolutely be fierce competition to decide to collaborate, that's
Yeah.
game changing. And
Yeah.
I think that it speaks a lot to individual character, and that's what a lot of people lack. And so kudos to y'all. I love it. I'm so excited to see it.
Thank
I'm so
you.
excited as well.
Y'all, listen, I'd still be doing this, like pinching myself if this is real.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, it's just a testament to the work and the patience that I've had over the years. I've only been in this real estate game for 6 years. And so
Wow.
to get these 2 women and be able to, and they've been in the game way longer, right? And I say way longer, not in a disrespectful way, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
for years before me. And so that tells you that it is a nobody but God,
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't have to believe in the vision and the mission of Elam, but they did. And so I'm just grateful. Listen, I'm grateful. And I just, every day it's like, Lord, just give me the strength to be able to lead the way that you want me to. So this is a big deal. And it's again being the change that you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I want so much for us, especially as women, but as Black women, to see what it can look like when we actually lock arms and come together. And just as a community in general,
Mm-hmm.
when we can lock arms and come together, the power and the strength in that, man, we would be unstoppable. I'm telling you, it's amazing. So I'm grateful. I'm
As
grateful.
you were talking, I thought about the reminder that popped up on my phone a few weeks ago. So, I mean, it's probably been a month ago now or
Yeah.
so. But I got this random count. I'm big on. Are y'all big about your calendar?
Yeah.
I
I live by my calendar.
You're not. I'm kind of shocked. You're not.
I have a work calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
But that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's I could not function and keep myself together without my calendar. But so I put everything on my calendar. But about a month ago, I got a something popped up, a reminder, and
We
it
were at
said
dinner, weren't we?
when it popped up.
Yes. Okay, say
Oh.
it. What was it?
It said we might have been, but the pop up said call Cree, and it said this time next year it's gonna look so much different or something along those lines. That
Yeah,
was
we
the
were at
degree.
dinner.
And what it was a year ago we were just talking, and at that point a year ago I would have just been in real estate for 1 year, and then you had
Just
not long
open.
opened Elam, and so we were just having a conversation about like where we were currently, and so I set a reminder for a year later
That's
to call
awesome.
her.
That is
and,
awesome.
And so I think I just thought about that, and to see where Elam is today in this short amount of time, and to see where it's grown to. I think there's something to you and your level of faith that you have.
Oh, for sure.
It's beautiful, and I'm so glad to get to witness it. And for me too, like I mean, the growth that I've experienced in that time frame has been awesome. So I'm so grateful.
Man, you listen, I could go on and on about how you over there killing it. Man.
So grateful.
And just
I'm a new friend, so I'm just learning how bad you're killing it. But you are.
that's
You are.
right.
You're so great.
We got together what, February-ish?
I was gonna say I'm a new friend, so put myself in your calendar.
In
For
a
a year
year.
from now,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm adding it.
Boom.
When we finish here today and I get my phone back,
Right.
I'm adding
No,
it.
but I mean, you're doing amazing things. You're doing amazing things.
you.
Please don't like underestimate what you're doing and how God is working through you. And so I'm just so proud of y'all. I'm proud to be able to talk about a little messy, but then bring it back to the fact that there is enough out here for all of us to win.
Absolutely.
And it's important for us to be the change that we want to see, and just do the work. Do the work, celebrate people, and your time will come. Everybody has a season. And so I just thank y'all for being on the podcast. Is there anything that y'all want to say, leave out with?
Yes. I'm at Chicago Title Edmond. If you have any upcoming closings, land purchases, anything, please look me up.
Right.
I would love to be your classy closer and close your next transaction. Was that good?
That
You
was
like
a
that?
great commercial.
Yes.
You practiced that on your way
Yeah.
here?
No, I just
In the car.
I did.
In the car.
I said,
How
ready
can people
and go? No.
how can people find you?
Well, Tashyla.alexander@ctt.com. Or you can contact Lucretia, you can contact Jacoby. They know how to reach me. We know how to reach each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you need a house built, you need a realtor, broker, whatever.
Look, you got all three services
Right
right
here.
here.
Right
here.
here.
I think
you need a
that's-
comedian? I got you. No, I'm joking.
For real.
No,
You need a
you're
hype
not
girl?
joking.
What you need?
Lord.
You're not joking at all.
How can they reach you?
For me, you can reach me on Instagram at Jacoby Soda is my handle on there. You can also go to jacobysoda.com, and you can find me at either of those two places.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
I
I
love
so
you.
appreciate y'all for doing this. Listen, it's one thing. I've gone a lot of years not having, good friends and people
Hmm.
that I can count on and that cheer me on and I can cheer them on. So to have y'all too is just a blessing. So I wanted to both tell y'all that. And I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not sitting in the seat no more. It's so awkward to do this like this. I don't like it. I'm getting back to my seat.
So
You
you
was
just
over here
been looking.
dancing like
I'm doing like this, doing like this, doing like this. And then I was supposed to ask y'all something else that my sister started, my friend Tina, on our last episode, but I'm not gonna do it because I can't remember what it is and I don't
Uh-oh.
want to mess it up. It was something about businesses, but anyway, we getting out of here. Thank y'all for joining us. Y'all keep it
Yes.
real on The Real Room. Until next time. Let this episode be your reminder that it costs nothing to clap for someone else. And if you're in a season where you can't do that, then that's okay too. Just sit with it, deal with it, and keep doing your own work until your time comes. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment. We love to hear your take on this conversation. And don't forget, new episodes drop every Thursday at midnight on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Until next time, keep it honest, keep it kind, and always keep it real.